Well, hello there, people, and I'm here with another episode of RANTAMANIA. I decided to bring this back um, just because, I thought it was a good idea in the first place, and I thought, well, might as well bring it back, because I just love to rant. And I had a good idea here of actually, because I've been getting probably record rates of the number of requested videos that I've been getting in the past, probably month or two. I have probably 20 or 30 requested videos written down. So what I'm going to do is, with these Rantamania videos, I'm going to talk about some of the topics of the that people request, in the for me to do in videos, and I'm gonna talk about them in the Rantamania videos. So I have 5 topics here to talk about. Let me just go through them really quickly here. We have first one is concussions. Next one is teenagers dying from doing WWE moves or wrestling moves, I guess. A Minecraft rant. People getting removed from Raw for wearing wrestling costumes, and also a rant on my fans. So let's get started off with the first one. The concussions one was requested by Dan Vo. That's spelled DANH space VO on YouTube. So the story is some former jobber. I believe it was like some jobber, wrestlers who used to be in WWE are suing over concussions. Now this is my point of view on it. I am very libertarian, meaning I believe you should be able to do whatever you want as long as it does not affect anybody else. So I think as long as WWE told these people, about the full extent of their injury, the risks that they are taking, that it's all right. I think if you tell somebody, who has a concussion, well, I mean, you could get seriously brain damage for the rest of your life. And I mean, these wrestlers should know the extent of their injuries going, or the risk of wrestling. I mean, going into wrestling school, I mean, that's like, wrestling 101 there, like knowing how, risk you're taking doing this, being in this business. But on the other hand, if, the guy got a concussion and the doctors are like, oh, you're fine, you're clear to wrestle, I mean, that's when WWE should be held accountable there, because that's dealing, again, that could fucking kill a person, really, or at least brain damage them for the rest of their lives, and that's never a good thing, obviously. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait for more info to come out on this if it does. I mean, it wasn't a big story, I don't think, but it's definitely an interesting one to look into. Next one is a teenager dying from WWE moves, requested by at Jermaine Richa 16 on Twitter. Jermaine Richa 16 on Twitter. Now the thing about this is, there's always been people I've heard dying from doing wrestling moves, and everybody's, oh, it's WWE's fault. No, fucking shut your fucking idiotic mouth. If you are complaining about that, then you should be complaining tenfold, 100-fold about all the violent video games out there like Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty. You should be complaining about all the violence on TV, through shows. Like almost every TV show has violence in it. You should be complaining about all the music people in the music industry promoting all this horrible shit. I mean, they're acting like WWE is like, we're gonna just make a huge big deal out of WWE. Shut the fuck up. Did you ever hear of something called parenting? Whoa, what a, just a revolutionary, extreme idea that is, parenting. Where the parents actually, monitor what their kids are watching and make sure that if they are watching wrestling, that they understand that it is fake or entertainment. Whoa, what a extreme idea that is, It's not WWE's fault, and that's great, they could play those things, oh, this is fake, don't do it, blah, 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 blah. But, when it comes down to it, I think the parent should be responsible, for really paying attention to their kids. And it's no, WWE has no reaction, no responsibility for this. It's just like any other fucking TV show on TV. There's actors, which are the wrestlers, and they do shit, which is violence. Which any other TV show, The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, there's fucking violence. There's drugs. Fucking no, that's fucking stupid to just, we're gonna sue WWE or whatever. No, shut up. It's so hypocritical, in my opinion. The next one here is a Minecraft rant. Now, actually, I am a big fan. Not a big fan, but I think Minecraft's a cool game. Actually, it's a creative game. It makes your brain think, and it's not a violent video game, so it doesn't promote bad things like drugs, sex, violence, nothing like that. And that's actually about the only video game I will actually play. So it is ironic that somebody asked me to do a Minecraft rant and that's like the only video game I will play. I got an Xbox 360. Every once in a while I will play it. And I just play it on survival mode. I got my little world there, every once in a while. And it is cool game. It's a cool game. It's a fucking cool game, actually. It makes a lot of aspects to it and shit. It's not too complicated, but it's not too simple either, I guess. The ranting part about it, though, is how obsessed so many people are to this. I see people on YouTube, just posting videos of themselves playing the game and like millions of people watch it. I mean, come on. Do you have better things to do than just watch people actually? I can understand playing the game, but watching people play a video game, like, and subscribing to them on YouTube, I mean, don't you have anything better to do with your lives than that? I mean, that seems a little bit of a waste of time right there. Just, I could never imagine myself really doing that. And these people are all PG retards like John Cena, it seems like. Like my sister's a big fan of Minecraft and all this Minecraft shit. And I hear her listening to these people, and they're all PG idiots. Just like John fucking Cena. It's like, how can you watch these people? The next one is the Raw costumes, and this was also requested by Jermaine Richa16 on Twitter. So apparently a few people in the front row decided to dress up. I think this was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. Decided to dress up as, I believe it was like Macho Man. I believe some of them were the Usos, whatever. And they made him change. And isn't it ironic that WWE's promoting, with John Cena, free country, First Amendment, whatever. But yet, these people in the front row exercising their First Amendment rights are, fucking taken down. You can't fucking dress up. And you might make the fucking argument, it's a distraction. Well, if they actually put on entertaining shit in the ring, then I wouldn't be distracted by some, goofy motherfuckers in the stands. Alright? The only time I'm usually distracted by those people holding up signs, whatever, or waving like retards, is when the shit in the ring isn't entertaining. I mean, doesn't that make sense? Like, if the shit in the ring's not entertaining, you're more apt to be distracted by the crowd. So that's your solution right there. Fucking put on entertaining shit so people don't pay attention to those trolls in the crowd. And not, like the trolls are the people who kind of just like wave around and shit. I'm not saying you're a troll if you dress up. Again, that's part of the fun. That's part of, isn't it supposed to be fun, wrestling, dressing up as people? Vince McMahon, you can't dress up as a macho man. You can't do that. Fucking shut, it's just stupid, Like, if I was the head of the company, I wouldn't give a fuck what you did in the crowd as long as you're not bothering anybody else. And dressing up as Macho Man, I could have cared less if somebody did that in my company. Good. That means he's getting into it. He's a good fan of mine, a loyal fan. Bought front row tickets. Do you think that guy's gonna buy front row tickets again? Probably not. And the last one here's at Aaron Peras. on Twitter asked me to do a rant on my fans. Kind of a weird kind of video, I guess, to request because I like my fans for the most part. And when you say like fans, that means people who like you, like my videos. So, what, and when you say, oh, I like when somebody likes my videos or likes my channel, then I usually like them back. Like I like my fans. So it's kind of awkward here to do a rant on my fans. I mean, I don't have much to say. I mean, my videos, pretty much for the most part all get like way more likes and dislikes. There's a few troll comments on my videos, but I mean, for the most part, we have some good discussions on here. Like, even if we differ on opinions, I mean, people, like, I know a lot of people who, we could differ on opinions about, but I mean, they won't, oh, I want to fuck Ryback, I want to, PG Legend, right? It's like, fucking, do you have anything better to do? But, there's some mature people on here who will actually comment, intelligent shit and differ with me, which is good. It's always good to have different opinions on my channel here. And I encourage people to voice their opinions, whether it's the same as mine or different as mine, and also give reasoning because when, it's fine if you say, oh, I would have rather had Lesnar win at WrestleMania. Well, I mean, give reasons, explain, go in. I'm not asking for like a fucking essay here, but I mean, it just sounds like better when you explain it a little bit at least. So, but I mean, I can't really think of the one thing maybe I would rant on is actually some of these video topics I'm asked to do are kind of stupid, and I don't care if people are gonna dislike me for it. But I mean, people have asked me to do like a fucking what was it? My thoughts on the World Cup being in Qatar or Qatar, whatever the fuck it's called. I mean, I've gotten some weird ass fucking requests. I mean, somebody requested me to do my thoughts on like this random girl and if she's hot or not. I mean, like there's some requests that I have rejected, very few, but I mean, I guess that's the only fucking complaint a little bit. I mean, it's not, and my camera keeps falling down here. But anyway, I don't have much to say or to rant on about my fans because I like my fans. It would be like saying, oh, what's wrong with having $1 million? Well, I mean, there's not, or what's wrong with, like, oh, somebody want fucking $5, like if I give somebody $5, I mean, and if I'm that, let's say there's somebody right here, they give me $5, and I'm like, oh, what's the negatives of that? I mean, there's no really negatives of that, receiving $5 like that. So there you go, people. There's my 5 video topics there that I make sure I cover all of them here. Yes, I did cover them all. So there you go, people. There are my thoughts on those 5 video topics, and that concludes another episode of RANTAMANIA. So there you go, people.